That's right. Welcome to Monkeytown here, October 1st, kicking off their chamber music series at Monkeytown. And tonight we're able to premiere my Williamsburg Concerto 4. So the scores are sort of complicated for this. I mean, it's easier music, but it's sort of, yeah. It's not complicated like the new complexity people. It ain't like that. We want to play music, but it has its own complications.
I don't know what the new complexity really is.
It's the old complexity, sort of.
This a new complexity in some ways, but it was. I mean, luckily, we did have a chance to go through the pieces, learn, get a feel for the music, and then today really put it together, which gives the whole thing a freshness that I think, you know, is desirable in some ways. And I'm looking forward if we do it again.
I think it has room to play again. New time,
the refined performance.
That's it.
And the, oh my God, we played this 200 times,
and we're tired of it. Performance.
That's it. You know, they're all different experiences. So.
I wrote this piece while I was traveling a lot, and I made the blank score, and I traveled, and I wrote a lot of it in Los Angeles, and then I wrote a lot of it in Paris when I was traveling in Europe, and then I wrote a lot of it back in New York. So it was fun to write the whole piece, and I made a little handbook for myself, and I traveled with this handbook. I made the score, and I had another little pocket score of the Brandenburgs that I carry with me all the time too. So I just take pieces of the Brandenburgs out, study those things that I wanted, put them into the, and then other stuff is just spontaneous, you know, like there's not a lot of Bach in there, but. Well, part of this piece was evolved from studying Bach, and J.S. Bach's music I think has often attracted jazz musicians because of its purity. So it's a very rigid system that Bach worked within, and I think it mirrors a lot of the way that bebop musicians created certain harmonic structures or used certain improvisatory elements, which Bach was a renowned improviser. So there's a lot of corollary between this early Baroque, Renaissance, improvisational, spiritual ethos that was carried over 300 years later. Now we went through all this Western music, and now we come to jazz, which is some meeting of the minds between Western harmonics and African-American rhythmic structures. So we get these two that create sort of a field of play for improvisation. And I think that Bach is a very natural study for any jazz musician. So, you know, I think I was drawn to it. My study of Bach helped me create this piece, because I wanted to see his structures and how he would improvise with those structures, because I wanted to create my own sort of system to improvise and yet create music that was, you know, had something for people to hold on to. Because I think purely free music doesn't really exist. That's a chaos level, and that's a personal indulgence that, you know, I'm not necessarily interested in, even though I'm interested in the energy that's created in that field, but it's very small, you know.